Picture this: the late 8th century. Europe is chilling, minding its own business, when suddenly, out of the mists of the North Sea, come these lean, mean, longboat machines. They're not here for a tea party, folks. They're the Vikings, and they're about to rewrite the history books with their audacity, their craftsmanship, and let's be honest, their sometimes unpleasant habit of showing up unannounced. For centuries, the word Viking struck fear into the hearts of monks and kings alike. These weren't just random raiders. They were master navigators, incredible shipbuilders, and fierce, highly disciplined warriors. They weren't afraid to sail into the unknown, to face down overwhelming odds, or to, sack a monastery or two. It was a brutal world, and the Vikings didn't just survive in it, they thrived. Think about their environment. Scandinavia in the early medieval period wasn't exactly a vacation paradise. Harsh winters, rugged terrain, and limited resources meant life was a constant struggle. You couldn't afford to be soft. You couldn't afford to whine about your problems. If you wanted to eat, if you wanted to protect your family, if you wanted to live, you had to be tough. You had to be resourceful. You had to be, dare I say it, stoic. Their society was built on a foundation of self-reliance and community. Every individual had a role, and every role was vital. From the farmer tilling the unforgiving soil, to the blacksmith forging tools and weapons, to the warrior defending the clan, there was an inherent understanding that life was tough, and you had to face it head-on. There was no room for complacency, no time for self-pity. The sagas, those incredible epic tales of Viking heroes, are filled with examples of this mindset. You read about a warrior who, despite being grievously wounded, still stands his ground, fighting to the last breath. Or the chieftain who, facing exile or ruin, simply picks himself up, gathers his loyal followers, and starts anew in a distant land. They weren't just fearless, they were incredibly resilient. They understood that external events were often beyond their control, but their response to those events was entirely within their power. Sound familiar? It should, because that's the absolute bedrock of Stoic philosophy. This wasn't some abstract concept they debated in dusty libraries. This was lived experience. This was ingrained in their very bones. From the moment a Viking child could walk, they were being shaped by a culture that demanded strength, courage, and an acceptance of life's inherent difficulties.